Well, scouring occurs around a fixed structure within a moving body of water. So in the wind farm environment, the monopile gets placed in the seabed, and the water flow around that accelerates around the pile, which causes a stirring motion and a reduction in pressure in the water. Now this draws seabed material up from the seabed and away from the area. So effectively you create a hole around the bottom of the monopile.
And that's got very serious implications.
It has, yeah. Obviously the monopile is then free to vibrate at a frequency outside of its design parameters. Now this change in design frequency and obviously movement in the pile can cause fatigue in the structure, which not only affects the monopile itself but the generating equipment within the turbine. The two main sort of ways of dealing with scour presently on a site like this, which is a sandy seabed, is to mass rock fill. So basically a boat comes in, a large vessel comes in and dumps rock into the hole. And the other option is to get big bags of sand, bags within a geotextile material full of sand, and again dump those into the hole. Now to acquire those aggregates, which are non-renewable aggregate resources, natural resources, you either have to quarry for them or dredge, do seabed dredging. Now both of these methods have a huge environmental impact, you know, far outweighed by anything we're going to do, and you know, obviously then it affects the natural seabed, it affects the natural landscape. Just the presence of large dredging vessels in the area has effect on the ecology, has effect on the seabed materials, the seabed benthos. It's an ongoing problem and sort of moves material from one place to another. So you could dredge from one place, dump in another, so you're affecting two areas of seabed, and estimates say it can take up to about 5 years for seabed to recover from dredging activity. Well, once the rock or sand goes in the hole, it forms a solid object, which again is susceptible to scour, and this is known as secondary scour. So on the outside of your protection you get another scour effect, and eventually the rocks or the bags of sand roll into this scour and move away. And also, because rocks are heavier than the sand around it, they sink into the seabed. The whole thing becomes liquid, and the rocks sink into the seabed. Well, we've been involved in some trial of different methods of scour protection, and during those trials we developed the tyre field net. And by placing these in the scour hole, because of their lightweight structure and the voids you find within the matrix of the tyres, these get placed in the water and physically fill the hole up. But because of the nature of the void structure, the water flowing past gets diverted and the velocity reduces, and the seabed material is dropped and deposited and collects within the tyres. So instead of just filling it with an alternate aggregate, they're filled with the tyres, which then capture naturally occurring migrating material.